You ready to do the video then? You're gonna be a part of it? Do you have something to say? Oh, we do want the cuddles. Okay. Hello, everyone. We have a cuddly boy with us this evening. And I have to admit, we have hit Vlogmas burnout. And yes, you can still hit Vlogmas burnout when you're only doing 12 days of Vlogmas. I will say though, this is the first burnout hit that didn't also involve a major flare up. So that feels like a win. But it's still stressful. Yes, it is. He's been working very hard to help with the stress, as you can tell. So, with that being said, the video I originally had planned for this Vlogmas is not something I feel up to actually doing. It will probably be the next video. It's gonna get filmed, but I need to switch things around a little bit for my own sanity. So, I wanted to sit and kind of talk about this last year, reflect on it, and think about the new year. This last year, it was my first full year away from college, and I kind of decided to take it basically like a gap year and really focus in on my health and seeing doctors, seeing specialists, getting tests done, whatever needed to be done, get it done, and go for it. Which we started the year off strong with my EKG, which looked crazy. Yeah, you remember? I had all this stuff stuck to my head. You were not a fan. It smelt bad. Yeah, it did. And since then, I've seen several specialists. I finally got a confirmation of gastroparesis this year. I'm fairly confident in saying that I have POTS. I have not done a tilt table test yet, but after seeing my specialists and stuff, we're all pretty confident that that's what's going on. I'm still working on joint things, so that'll be a big focus for next year, but it's crazy 1 year in on focusing on it, and I basically have a lot of my answers. And that has become extremely noticeable in this last quarter of the year, so these last 3-ish months. I have felt just a lot more confident in myself and a lot better in my ability to do things. A big part of that was this summer. One of my cousins had a big move up here to Maine, and it was a pretty long drive to get there, plus moving all the heavy stuff, driving back here to their place, unloading all the stuff, and then going home. And I remember wanting to go. Finn wants to get on the chair. Hold on. There you go. He's gonna scratch it up. Make it just so. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's scratching away. It's gonna keep going. But yeah, I remember when that happened, in that time, I was pretty nervous that I was gonna be in a lot of pain and it was gonna be really difficult, but I still wanted to do it. It's my family, I wanted to help, and I entirely planned it that it was gonna go really bad and trying to put in all the safeguards I could, and it ended up being not really that bad. I mean, I think I don't even think I was sore afterward. I think I was tired and fatigued afterward because that's a lot for me, but I was able to do it, and that really started me down the path of kind of restructuring and reframing how I view myself and my health. Now that I have a lot more answers, it's not that I've gotten better. I think in a lot of ways I've gotten worse, actually. But what's changed is I now know what my body is trying to tell me. When I wake up and I feel really tired, I know that that means that I have a flare up brewing, and I know now how to deal with that so I have it as minimal as possible. I know there are certain aches and pains in my body that are always there. I know what a new ache and pain is, and I know what certain ones mean. Like when I have a pain, like up, I can't really show you, like up in like the top part of my stomach, I know that that's my acid reflux and my gastroparesis having its moment. And I know to eat pretty simple, pretty easy digestible foods that day. If I have more lower back pain, I know that that is more like, I'm just gonna say it's more like poop pain. But I do know how to handle that and how to get through it. And that has all been super helpful. Like I said, these pains come on quite a lot. So, in a lot of ways, it's gotten worse. But knowing how to handle it just makes me feel a lot more confident in it, which I think has been the biggest help for me this year in feeling like I can be a person again, which is something I journaled about, which is these last 5 years, my first 5 years of being an official adult, I've really had to sit back and relearn how to almost be a person again because between my health and the way that I was treated by my peers in school, friends, and doctors in the past, it's really just like fucked up the way that I view how to be a person. And so these last few years have really been about relearning how to do a lot of things, both socially, but also just physically having to relearn how to do things and kind of restructuring my life to incorporate my disabilities more. Now that I'm at a place where I really feel confident in a lot of that, I think moving into this next year, I really want to start focusing on how to be myself again, which is different because although a lot of this has been super helpful in my identity as a disabled woman, I still find myself questioning what are things that I want. Obviously, I know I want to make YouTube videos and I want to be somebody out in the world that is inspiring, funny, helpful to other disabled people like myself. In terms of like personal things, like what makes me me? It's there's an example that people always give of if you like what are 5 things your friends would say about you if they had to, you know, what are the first 5 things your friends would say about you if they're describing you to somebody else? I have never been able to answer that question. And it's not because the reason I've never been able to really answer it is because I've had friends was like, well, I technically can answer it. I know what they would say, but those answers aren't true because usually when somebody's asking you that, it's to remind you of, well, if this is what your friends think of you, then that's who you must be. But my friends, we're not good friends. Not all of my friends. I want to be clear about that. Just a very specific group of them. But that group, the bad group, they had this version of me in their head that I've known is not true. Pieces of it are, but majority of it is not. It is the version of myself I had to be around them. And I didn't quite know how to put all of that into words when I was a teenager, but I do now. And I know why I always felt like I had to put on a performance in front of them because I wasn't being myself. I was being the version of me that they deemed okay to be around. Because anytime I tried to deviate from that and actually just be myself, it was met with a lot of hate and ostracization and just the general feeling of you are supposed to be in this box, you are not in this box, go back in your box. What I really want to start focusing on is doing things for me, myself again. I've started doing that this year with working out more and Oh, I'm sorry, I just hit the mic. Trying new foods, baking again, crocheting, getting into hobbies. But I think I really need to sit down and write out like almost like a list of the things that I used to love and just to try them again. Maybe I'll make that a series in the new year of trying old things I used to love to see if I still love them. Subscribe if you want to see it. Let me know down in the comments. It's a thing people say. No, if you want to stick around to see that, we'll see. I actually think that would be really fun. I think I might do that. And I might, no, not I might do that. I think I will do that. Because there's a lot of different things like upcycling clothing, doing like crazy fun makeup, putting together fun outfits for no reason whatsoever. Like, and baking and trying new foods and putting myself out there more, I think is all things that I used to do a lot that really got taken away from me. And now that I know how to be in the world safely with all of my disabilities, I think it's time we get back to that and we start trying those things again. So, going out and trying gluten free restaurants, I don't know, going shopping by myself, trying new crochet patterns, doing upcycling videos where I cut and sew up different clothing. I don't know, painting a skull on my face again. I don't know. I'm gonna come up with a list and we're gonna figure it out together. That's kind of where my mind's been at recently, is thinking about the new year and what I really want from it. And I think the biggest thing I want to do next year is to figure out what I like and how to do those things sustainably and consistently. Because I might love doing something, but if I can't do it consistently, then I need to think about that. Figure out a way how I could. I think that is it for me. I know this was a bit of a shorter video, but like I said before, Vlogmas burnout has hit me hard, and this honestly was going to be the last video of Vlogmas. And I was going to sit down and write a bunch more and show off a lot more from this year, but I decided to do it now because, one, I've been thinking about it a lot this last week, and two, sitting down and talking to all of you is not only one of my favorite things to do, but something that is very simple and easy for me to do mentally. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And comment if you want to see me trying new things. And if you can think of something you want to see me try, let me know. On screen now, my social media handles if you'd like to see more day-to-day things that I get up to. And with that, I will see you in 2 days for the next episode of Vlogmas. I remembered. Goodbye.